5 days of driving across our beautiful country with my darling wife. It was an experience, it was great.
Long way, real long way. But when you got company like Beggs and Justin and Jason and stuff like that, it made for a good trip. This trip over wasn't boring, that's for sure.
4 o'clock in the morning we left, caught up with Justin Walsh from the Hearts team. We travelled to Sydney to the rocket shop, swapped some cars around, reloaded, and then we left from there.
Yeah, I did it 2 years ago. I drove the same truck over, the yellow rocket truck. And yeah, it was great. It was a little bit different last time because we had the workshop guys with us. So I had Timmy with me last time. This time it was by myself, but it didn't matter. There was 4 trucks together and we had our own radio station.
No, it's our first trip across the Atlantic, and travelling with the other 3 trucks, we had a ball.
You know what, the day trips are probably the easiest, obviously, but driving 4 days across the country, it really does take it out of you. You think, yeah, you're only sitting behind the wheel and there's not that much to do, but by the last day, you're pretty much done.
Well, they've all got their different facets. It's like a circus.
So Justin, you couldn't wait any longer?
Oh no, we're just working out what percentage of water versus flushing disinfectant we need on our little mobile lavatory unit we have here.
Well, Justin Walsh should be a radio announcer. Beggs, well, he's Mr. Diplomacy. And Shane Olive, well, Shane Olive. Well, every race meet we go, he wins. So everything we do, he wins. If there's 10-pin bowling, Shane Olive wins. So we're trying to work out, we've worked out that he hasn't ever water skied before. So we're all going to take him water skiing so we can pay him back. And just drag him around the dam.
So, day 3, and the yellow trail has just popped another tyre.
The highlights was just being there with a good bunch of people. We did have a bit of fun. The low lights was changing tyres constantly on the trailer.
Yeah, look, everyone was great travelling, buddy, especially when we blew 4 tyres on the truck. So we had to slow down, and you know, it was 38 degrees there at one stage, and it's just stinking hot. We blew 2 tyres in a row within an hour, and everyone's out, one in, all in. So everyone's out jacking up trucks, rattling tyres off and changing tyres. Not the most comfortable thing, and the flies and all the rest of it. So the saviour was the rain. We hit a cold patch from about Ceduna onwards, and that's when we slowed down the tyre changing.
To our luck, about 60 k's later, it started raining. And we got rain all the way across, and we didn't have another problem with another tyre.
You know what, probably the 90-mile straight is just the most boring bit of the whole trip because there's literally no corners. For 90 miles, it's just a straight bit of road.
The Hay Plains coming into Mildura. Man, that's long. That is long and painful.
You know what, Justin came over with his wife and so did Jason. They both brought their wives across with them, and they were both looking forward to the Great Australian Bight. And we've got a spot there where we pull up every year, and it's very picturesque. Like, you look over the ocean to one side, and as far as the eye can see, it's just ocean. You look to the right, and as far as the eye can see is just land, but there's nothing. It's just all open.
My wife got all excited. Then about an hour from it, we drove into cloud. Got out of the truck and it was like -5 degrees. It was freezing cold.
And we get there, you cannot see a thing. So the 2 girls were like, this was what we came for, to see this. So we drive half an hour past, and it's blue sky. It was like it wasn't meant to be.
But after half an hour we were there. We had lunch and all that there. We planned to have a barbecue and sit there and enjoy the Bight for an hour. And yeah, we're good. We're going to blow a dog off a chain. It was that windy.
Lunch with the Donnellys at the Great Australian Bight.
What was the highlight of scenery or place?
Pulling into the Motorplex. We've got here, like 4,900 kilometres we've got here. and then we haven't killed each other. You know, Perth is, it's a fantastic track. I'll hold Perth and Willowbank, you know, the two best tracks in Australia. And it's just you roll in here and it's got that stigma about it. It's amazing.
They've travelled a long, long way to be here, but they have finally arrived at the Perth Motorplex. And they're saying hello to this crowd that is continually filling this stadium here in the wild, wild west. Chad Naylon and Dean Neal joining you for the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Show. It's all thanks to Aeroflow. And the crowd, Dean, have long been waiting for this one. Third appearance for this series at this amazing venue.
The crowd, Chad, is building before our eyes here at the Perth Motorplex. This venue now has been operating for nearly 20 years, but it still is just a showpiece to this sport and a great venue for the Aeroflow event.
Opened up at the turn of the millennium, and Nitro Funny Cars have always been a crowd favourite. And the crowd has just flocked pretty much at every circuit, every track we go to at the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars, but particularly here in Perth. And we're going to kick it all off with one of the fastest.
What a cool shot. Shane Olive in the Red Devil comes in red hot form. After a great Willowbank event, it's terrific to see Emma Begley join us once again.
Well, we know a lot about her dad in this series. Father and daughter racing today. The 6 p.m. round of racing, always a difficult one because, as you can see right now, it's a great shot of it. The shade has come across the track. So getting the right track temperature and the right tune-up to suit that track at this time of day, always difficult. We're staged and ready. Let's go racing. 3 points on the line for the winner.
Good lead by both cars. Start line advantage to the Red Devil. Oh, trouble. Grooven is smoking. 567 though off the trailer. My concern is, Chad, looking at this track earlier on, it is good, it is tight, and I'm just wondering, it was hot earlier today. I think the teams just need to be a little bit careful they don't underestimate the conditions, but Emma Begley, big time trouble on the top half of that run.
Yeah, big pop, and instantly the chutes came out for Emma Begley. That's Beg's rider frame. And amazingly, oh yes, I was about to say not too much getting back into the cabin, but the sparks coming through the firewall were prevalent. So we're off and racing here in Perth. Don't go anywhere because round number one to continue on the other side of this. The Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars have arrived in Perth. First round of racing. Matt Abel, originally from Darwin, but has plenty of laps here at the Plex.
He leads a charge. It's fair to say, Chad Naylon, of a local group of West Aussies that are genuine X-factors at this event, and it's great to have Dan Donnelly in the Avenger really starting to figure out this car. Is the team, after a very productive Willowbank round, can they translate that form into this round of racing right now?
So a reminder, it's 3-round format racing. You get 3 points for a win, 1 point for a loss. At the end of the night, the drivers on 6 points will square off for the win.
Oh, instant smoke, way too aggressive, you'd say, for Fundamental. Fundamentally smoking the tyres, and troubles too for Avenger. I saw an into trouble there. Let's have a look at the replay.
It's almost like a clutch malfunction or something for Fundamental. It was...
Actually, I don't think the wheel speed was up enough on Fundamental looking at that. Oh, big flameage there.
Wow, that's 2 out of 2 in that lane tonight for Now Dan Donnelly with a huge smoke show and a big flame out the right side. So there's going to be some busy teams already up in this first round of racing as the Terminator arrives, the man to have won the very first event here in Perth back in 2016.
How cool is the Rocket Cam? And how cool is the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Circus here at the pristine Perth Motorplex? Single run, solo run for the Dominator.
Well, that's good news because it means a guaranteed 3 points, obviously, but a chance here to try and get down this track, and it's putting out cylinders early and it's unhappy.
There were sparks on the undercarriage too, Chad. That looked a bit unusual to me. Replay. Actually, the crack of the motor still sounds good. Not sure what the geo is there.
It's an unfortunate one, and look how much raw nitro is hosing out of the headers that stick out from underneath the body. Really, really strange one. Nathan Coles now in the Gambler. More of a modern, I guess you could say, up-to-date body in this championship. We don't have too many of the modern style bodies.
I love the old school cool of this car here. Nathan Coles. I'd be smiling too if I was driving a mega high horsepower nitro burning funny car. Bring it on.
So this track proving difficult at the moment actually highlights how strong the Red Devil was with that 567, the very first pass.
It's a signature thing, Chad, that left lane, driver's left lane, can be a little tricky in the first round, and we've seen that backed up so far. Good stout lead for the Gambler, but again, left lane itis. No such trouble, though, for the Bandit. Well, 608, I think he might have pedalled it there, though. So, Chad, riddle me this. What is a pedal? Replay.
Well, you could probably see the pedal in action when the butterfly snaps shut for a second, the flames go out for a moment. It's quite literally just lifting off the accelerator pedal. And usually you'll be also working the brake lever at the same time to try and get those rear tyres to hook up, get that wheel speed back under control. Great drive drop from the Bandit. Quick thinking to get that happening. And that's a great example of tyre shake, big time in the rear end. And that is probably summing up exactly what we're saying, underestimating this track. Just because it's hot and 40 degrees here during the day in Perth doesn't mean you don't have a pristine circuit at 6 p.m. ready to go.
No doubt about it. The dark horse against a very nasty, nasty Kiwi. Morris McMillan has been bedeviled by just leaving the start line straight. Not sure what the go is there. I think the team is still on a voyage of discovery. Like a lost Kiwi at the moment. Can he be a found Kiwi here in Perth?
The frustrating thing for One Bad Kiwi, he also helps tune a number of the other cars who are all going so well. It just seems that whenever he puts the helmet on, whatever tune-ups in his car, not working for him. So hopefully he can break this streak. It's been going since Springmount. Unfortunately winless at Willowbank, and he's into full stage. 3 points beckoning maybe for One Bad Kiwi.
Oh, pretty even off the start line. Troubles for McMillan, but no such troubles for Messinio. That has to be PB territory. 569, and the crew are pumped.
And that is McMillan's luck. The only car to get down the left-hand lane all night, and it just happens to be against One Bad Kiwi. His pass is all right. That's one of the better ones we've seen in recent times, One Bad Kiwi. That win light's not too far away. But, man, Paul Messinio, big-time power run. Also looked like maybe on the left-hand side, One Bad Kiwi had a cylinder out early. But strong run both sides.
Great run. I did see Rick Gorsey spending a bit of time with Messinio, just trying to get his confidence up a bit, or letting the engine RPM rise a little more before he shifts. These guys shift these cars, typically around half track. Great to see the Beach Bomb in the house here at the Flex.
And the Beach Bomb has got the short straw today with Nitro Express, the single most successful car here today.
How about this? Short straws. He's got Shane Olive in round 2. I reckon that's rigged. I'm going to be a parochial West Aussie ride here. So when you've got James Rowland, Chad, a guy well known, there he is, the master and the apprentice, Graham Cowan and James Rowland. Look at the ethics there. Look at the behaviour on the star line, waiting for the master to finish prepping the Nitro Express car.
Yeah, so James is already through his prep and had the idle set where he wanted it, but didn't want to walk away and send his driver into pre-stage until Graham Cowan was up to date on the other side of the strip, ready to go.
Yeah, when GC's up to date, it usually hurts the rival. Good leave. I've got to say, the beach bomb's right there. Fade slightly towards the end, but 570, 592, the first side-by-side 5-seconder.
Oh, that's a really great run from the beach bomb to get into the sub-6s. Unfortunately, they were just bettered by a quicker car. Nitro Express is so strong. Beat him on the start line, ran a strong ET, wasn't to be. His wife, Michelle, kicking him home like he's a Melbourne Cup racehorse, but unfortunately they didn't get the win light, but still happy with the ET, and they should be too.
They've got the coolest shirts. I'm putting it out there. I love those Beach Bomb shirts. All the teams have merchandise, and it's really cool stuff. You can check it out when you visit an Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car event. Anthony Begley on track now.
We've seen his daughter on track. That was a cool angle looking left of the supercharger. Shows you just how limited the view is. As one of the happiest drivers in the field arrives at the start line. Actually times 2 to be honest, because these two are always looking to play practical jokes on other people in the pits and always love this sport. What a shot that is from the rocket cam.
So we call this guy P. Diddy Donnelly. Is that the new term for him now? I'm not too sure. But he had good form, good momentum built up at Willowbank after a tricky Cairns round. But this guy, the LA hooker, keep an eye on him.
Yeah, well, the Bumblebee is the informed car here on the podium at Willowbank. Clutch sparks for LA Hooker off the start line. In the left-hand lane will take a win here with Bumblebee. Great run, 578. So that's at least 2 or 3 cars now to lay down 5s in that lane. No question about it. This track is very, very quick. And for the second round of racing, it'll be absolutely monstrous.
I'm surprised by the run by Begley here in LA Hooker. A bit of a wiggle at a third of the way down the track, I should say. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, the wheel speed looks good off the start line. Not sure what the geo is there.
It's definitely more nerve-wracking, I think, than the first time round. Going up against the big boys is a pretty big deal for me. Definitely looking forward to it, though. You know, this has been my dream for a long time. So to actually be living it is the best feeling in the world. Oh man, it is one that I get asked a lot. It's hard to answer. I think it all goes so quickly. You know, I was saying to someone before, it's like you're pushing yourself off an edge, but it's like an edge that you just want to keep jumping off, you know? The adrenaline, the excitement of it, you know, the feel of the car is honestly amazing. You know, it's a huge rush. Mum, Dad, they've all supported me with my dreams, and you know, we did have a deal sort of. I got through school, I got into uni. He would put me in one of these cars. I did that. I think he was a bit surprised, to be honest, but I did do it. So you know, he held his end of the deal up. So yeah, it's honestly, I can't thank him enough.
Sport of drag racing's lucky to have people like her and her father involved, but neither of them getting the 3 points in round number 1. As the sun sets here in the west, 7 drivers going through on 3 points. Remember, 13 funny cars here tonight. After the break, we'll be checking in with the pits. There's so much to see here at the Perth Motorplex.
Give any indication that was going to happen? It frightened us in the commentary box.
No, there was no indication. It actually took off really nicely. Not a lot of clutch dust. There's nothing on the data logger that says anything that should have happened. It just went bang.
What do you think of this place?
Oh, awesome. Haven't been here for a few years. I think last time we were here with the junior dragster, so it's a bit different going all the way to the end now. So, it's cool.
Ass out for the night. You're going to try and get back to the second round, or?
Unfortunately, I don't think we'll have the parts. You know, that was a brand new, all new rods. All new pistons, and they're all torched and damaged. So.
Oh mate, that was awesome, mate. As soon as I left, I knew it was on a run. It just drove me into the seat. It nearly broke loose about 400 feet, and I thought, oh please, stick, and it just stuck and just banged top gear about 600, 700 feet, and it just plowed me into the seat. It was awesome.
Car looks good.
Mate, car looks killer. Look, we had a little problem on that run there. The drive shaft actually jumped out of the car, so I got to about 60 foot, the car left good, and then all of a sudden the drive shaft jumped out, so you know, just something's come away and gone a little bit loose on us, and we'll fix it up and we're going to run for the second run.
This car's going really well, you know. We've had a lot of luck lately with this car. Let's just hope it repeats, and we've upped that up a little for the next run, so it's going to go a little bit quicker and a little bit faster.
Round number 2 of racing from the Perth Motorplex, and typically speaking, it's the 8 p.m. session here in the West that always turns it on. There is such a good atmosphere here tonight at the Perth Motorplex. You just don't know where to look. In the pits, they've been busy. Unfortunately, a couple cars still having to be updated and fixed. Hopefully we'll see them for round number 3. So what I love about this series, Dean, is drivers that were due to have a solo run will now race against each other, and they'll both get to score 3 points, which in this scenario is both of these cars.
So Morris McMillan gets the mulligan in golfing terms, eh? Bit of a handicap, he needs it.
About time, luck went his way. Oh, side-by-side burnouts on the rocket cam. Thank you very much.
We hope 2 good runs are delivered here. Justin Walsh, look, they're making great progress in the Terminator. This is a new car combination. The engine location's in a different place. The weight balance of the car's different. He's learning the craft almost, not from scratch, because Justin Walsh is a very smart operator. Morris McMillan, it's about leaving the start line straight and fast. Can he do it here?
So both drivers will get 3 points regardless of the result. Oh, and it's gone for one bad Kiwi, but up in smoke goes the Terminator. McMillan's going to chase him down and get there.
That was the story of the catch. Now, we know they're both getting 3 points, but hey, it's pride on the line. Look at this. His flames are out, talking about one bad Kiwi for what seems an eternity, but somehow was able to recover the run and see ya. Oh, strike to the finish line. Look at the clutch. Sparks there.
That was like a Group 3 handicap race trying to chase down the slower vehicle across the finish line. He had half the racetrack to make up and he got there. Is that the moment where his luck finally turns around? That was a fantastic drag race and proof it's not always about the time slip.
The finish line shot was amazing.
Wow.
Big flames, big top end speed despite a troubled start. We move on to our next pair of Matt Abel in Fundamental and Nathan Coles in the Gambler. A top-end Termination. Well, we saw the Terminator, but this time we're seeing some real big-time Northern Territory rep right here. Rory Taylor on screen now, though. He's a local lad, and he knows how to tune a race car.
Big turnaround for this team. Broken gearbox. Remember, you do actually shift gears in these cars. As we get ready to go nitro racing again. Oh, that's a wicked run for Abel. How did he catch that? That's 2 in a row. Oh, he's near the fence, though. I don't think he got it. The header pipes look okay. 6.06, and that was a wicked run.
Man, oh man, he did get very close to the wall. Talking about Fundamental replay, big pedal, big catch. Unhooked the rear end of the car, still had flames all the way. Coles with his own set of circumstances here.
I'm not even sure Abel meant to get the throttle again. I think it was just the way it landed, like a sprint car, and his foot just hit the throttle and took off. Look at the wheel stand. It pegged itself back up in the wheelie bars, came down, and how he ever got traction again, I'll never know with the weight shifting like that. But that was a mega run. Round 2 is absolutely turning it on here at the Perth Motorplex, and as always, we've got the Nitro Sheriff and the rocket ship here to wow the crowd.
Yeah, the wheel stand is a real crowd favourite. I've got to say, Chad, going to the pits, the kids, the lineup for these 2 wheel stander cars was incredible. And they always put on great show. Nice steering there by the Sheriff. Hey, partner, nice job. All the way through to the finish line. Love the big spark show too. We're just getting into it here. More action still to come. Stick around.
Night has descended on the Perth Motorplex, and that means one thing in the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro funny cars: head of flames. Get the marshmallows out, Dean, let's go.
And the tune-ups, Chad. We're going to see some quicker runs, some faster runs. We saw some good ones, great ones in the first round. Oh, Graham Cowan ushers the Nitro Express Black Chev Beast forward. He's got that look of, I want to go quick this time. I really do. And so does the crowd here in Perth.
This car just looks tough under lights. Really cool. Yep, get those headphones on, you're going to need them because these cars are very loud.
This is a bit of a marquee matchup for me because, well, the Donnellys have definitely come on strong here in recent times. As you said, a bit of a form driver, Big Jake, and he can pull down and push some big times and speeds too.
second time in that right-hand lane for Rick Gorsey. He's going through the process with Graham Cowan. Looks okay. 570 in his first run tonight. That's just about where Jake Donnelly is as well. So if they both run to their potential, or at least the early signs, should be a cracker of a drag race.
Both cars away this time. Looks like Gorsey's got a slight advantage, but a good race, really good race. 5:52, 412.7 kilometres an hour. Just think of a freeway, times it by 4, over 400 metres. That's what Aeroflow is all about.
Bang, look at these flames from Nitro Express.
I'm getting excited. This is hotting up here in Perth.
What a run. What a run. Now, we did see 540s recently at Willowbank, and the conditions are just about right for the same. We got oh so close to it then with a 552. That's what it looks like from on board as he try and smash top gear, reach over for the chutes. And it's all over inside 5.5 seconds for Rick Gorsey. Power run, and he will go through on the perfect 6 points.
How about this guy? It was this round, the last time we were here in Perth with the Aeroflow Outlaw Funny Cars, that he debuted in this car, the Bandit. And he has been spectacular since and had a spectacular debut. And how about Messinio's form, Chad, in that first round in Dark Horse?
Yeah, that was a lovely run. Was it 569 from Messinio earlier tonight? And again, a chance here to progress through to the last round of racing on the perfect 6 points for both of these drivers. Who's it going to be?
Messinio is learning the game of driving the car and not letting the car drive him so much. More getting his head around, nailing that shift point, feeling the car underneath him. We saw that in round 1. Can he keep the good times going? Dead even off the start line.
Wow, these are some of the best reaction times I've ever seen, and the times at the other end aren't bad either. He's found an extra 600ths of a second. 569, then goes 563. Could it be Paul Messinio's night tonight in the Dark Horse?
Gee, it carried the front end off the hit of the throttle, searing through the finish line. Rocket cam replay right there.
That's a glorious run from the Dark Horse. Head of Flames first out, first to the finish line. Good drag racing. Round 2, as always, living up to expectations here at the Plex.
Shane Olive in Red Devil. This is a marquee matchup because the Beach Bomb came here. Point 1, to give cakes and sweets and lollies to all the visiting drivers here in Perth. I think it's to fatten them up for the slaughter in their mind, hopefully. But I don't know if they've succeeded in that. But they noticed the car wandering a little bit towards the wall in round 1. So just getting the car balance right, still chasing it a little bit.
We call him the Cowboy, Andrew Cowboy Catavardis. I always expected some kind of Wild West theme with this car, but the Beach Bomb, very, very cool. Just asking to up that idle slightly. It's all about tuning to make sure it's absolutely perfect, and it looks like we're good to go.
Love how the Beach Bomb crew, I should say, all lined up, well presented. And then there's the lone man behind the Red Devil, Shane Olive. He's a crew chief in her head. His. Oh, good start. Oh, a bit of a pedal for Catavardis. Oh. And that's all she wrote. 5:54. Hello, Perth. The Aeroflow Nitro Funny Car Circus is at full flames up right here, right now.
Red Devil goes marching on through. 6 points for him and another big run. Hopefully he didn't burn up a piston on the right side of that motor. Did look a little bit smoky out the right side of that bank as he went through.
Again, near the wall too, Chad, at the top end of the track. We ride with Shane Olive.
Took a big kick over in that direction, didn't it? That's what the crowd's view is like here at the Plex. Nice and close. And it's a strong run from Catavardis. He's not afraid of it, is he? He's quick on the start line.
This morning, before racing, about 11 o'clock, we had all the other crews, all the interstate teams, all the local teams come down. All the girls, they made beautiful, freshly baked goods. We had some muffins and we had banana slice and everything. We got them all over and we just all had a big chat, bit of fun, bit of a laugh before racing started. You know, it was nice and casual. And that's really what the series is about, you know. The whole series is quite casual, it's very approachable. Everyone's here to help you. But as soon as that visor come down, mate, you're on. You're racing. We happen to have pulled the 2 Chevs, and everyone knows they're the 2 quickest cars in the series. But look, at the end of last season, the Perth season, we ran some pretty respectable times. So we're going to go out there and give it our best bet. You know, we're going to throw everything at the table and see how we come up against these 2 Chevs. And look, Who knows, we might walk into the final round with 6 points, we may not, but only time will tell.
Great to have some West Aussies joining the fray for the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars. Now, drivers on 6 points will race each other for the win. Drivers on 4 points still capable of finishing on the podium. And that final round, the all-important round number 3, is coming up on the other side of this break.
Oh, mate, here's about 100th around you.
Oh, it's going to be close again. I think we're going to have him again in the last round, so I might have to talk a bit of smack by the time we get that bloody stage lane.
That'll be unusual.
Yeah, no, he loves it.
Oh, look, it's just so much fun. Like, you know, like a little bit of stress before that round, but the atmosphere, look at all these people out here. It is just electric down here right now. I'm signing autographs left, right and centre. Boys are thrashing to get the car ready. Just everyone's such a good mood, such a good vibe at the Motorplex right now.
Had another shifting issue. The fitting just here actually snapped off, so didn't have high gear, which first time round was me having, was second guessing myself, but this time here actually didn't have it, so that's fixed now, and hopefully, it'll be a good pass.
Oh, mate, this thing has just been running on a song, you know what I mean? We got this thing tuned up. Justin's been helping us out. It's just hauling. I'm really, really wrapped.
You just get that feeling out there now. We're going to see something pretty special in that final round tonight.
I think so. It's just, I don't know, we've got that vibe. The whole team's just pumped up. It's just, I don't know what it is. It's just love coming to Perth. It seems to work for us. It really does.
I just want to see this one go down the track. Mate, if it's a 70 or an 80, I don't really care, as long as it does a full pass.
Just on the finish line, just started a slightly nose over, just had one hole out, but we've added some more fuel to fix it up and should be good for the next run.
And it all comes down to this at the Perth Motorplex, final round of racing. And the bodies are up, ready to be ignited.
How's that for a rocket cam shot? I'm just sitting here going, God, how cool is that? As we see the beach bomb fire up here for the final round.
This will be cool because both these drivers deserving of a win tonight. It's been tough going, and particularly for this man, when you've got to take on both 57 Chevs, you know you're in for a long night at the office. And for Nathan Coles in the other lane, well, they don't get to tackle the quarter mile as often as they'd like. So a chance here to get some mileage and hopefully 3 points to finish off the night.
This is as much a hot action test and tune journey, even though they're racing and they're racing hard. But as you say, Chad, they just don't have that body of work behind them. And certainly, look at that. James Rowland, I think he just wanted to really motivate himself and his driver to deliver a good run here. They know this car is capable of it. Oh, wheels up, laddie. Jeez.
That's a huge run from Catavatas, 564.
And just under 400 kilometres an hour, the launch. It was off the beach bomb. Wow.
Where did that come from? This kid is capable of running some big numbers clearly, and it's proof that James Rowland can tune just about anything.
The boys back there, they would have been going absolutely wild over that. And look, I was in the car when I found out too. Couldn't ask for a better end of the night. A few little dramas, but we got there in the end. So happy to be part of this Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car Series.
He should be. He should be. That was a belter of a run as Matt Abel in Fundamental completes his burnout. Now, Chad, this is going to be interesting. I spotted in the pits that one bad Kiwi were looking at the rear end of their car. So let's see what happens in this round.
Up against Matt Abel. Now both these drivers on 4 points at the moment. Why is that important? It is possible to get onto the podium when you come into the last round on 4 points. You need to obviously win and hope that the ET is lower than anyone else who will finish on 7 at the end of the night. Oh, it's a rocky start for Matt Abel. And that is finally a beautiful run straight down Broadway for one bad Kiwi, and it's a 62.
Jeez, that caught us out over 400 kilometres an hour, and it left straight. Replay, look at this. Finally, it sees the first 100 metres of the racetrack neat and tidy. I reckon Morris would have been shocked in the car. Finally, I'm getting momentum and away and fast and quick.
Props to Matt Abel, who stood back on the throttle after that thing was pointing at that freestyle motocross ramp at one point. And the team for One Bad Kiwi go, yes, we've got there. That is a hard-earned personal best for Morris McMillan.
That just left, man. That was really cool. That's what drag racing's all about right there. That was awesome.
So simple problem, change your tyres.
That's all we did. The difference between blowing the tyre off on the start line and going nowhere and a personal best is a simple set of tyres that change pretty much nothing else in the whole car. So, nah, really, really happy. Really happy.
So this last round of racing, living up to it. 5:62, the time to beat to get onto the podium. Who will be the final three? We'll find out after this. Fire in the hole for the Bandit. Yeah. The Perth Motorplex.
The Bandit's in the house.
And down comes the body on Josh Lay, one of the brightest young sparks we have in Nitro drag racing.
Gotta say, if you're loving what you're seeing and you're mad, M-A-D, if you don't love the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Car experience, check out the website, outlawnitrofunnycars.com, and you can find out all the info you need to see when the circus will or may be heading into your part of the world.
Well, we heard Justin Walsh in the pits say he just wants to get down the racetrack. They've had a litany of issues in their first two runs. Still a new combo. Hopefully this will be the one. On the other side of the strip, the Bandit, been a pretty rock-solid night. As he mentioned, just running out of fuel a little bit towards the finish line, so we'll try and make sure that this thing has plenty of nitro left in the belly, past 1,000 foot.
I'm still getting over Justin Walsh's first round of racing where he got back on the throttle. I'm going to call him out on that. That's got my attention when the tail shaft doesn't exist anymore. That's a bit of a problem, Justin. Has he cured everything here? Header flames. We love that here. And that is a great run for the Bandit. 582, similar territory to where he was last time he was at the Perth Motorplex. Good result.
So nice run. Won't be on the podium tonight, but still pretty good. Little bit of a pedal as it sort of moved its way around to 330 foot. Early shoots across the finish line for the Terminator. It had a hole out on the left-hand side. That's dropping a cylinder. Too much nitro. And unfortunately, it just laboured, didn't it, really, for a low 6-second pass.
Yeah, we couldn't ask for a better day. Like, really, we're just having fun here. So 580, that's awesome. So, I mean, to come third would be great, but it'd only be cream and a cherry on the top. So it's an awesome day, and Perth Motorplex put on a fantastic event.
Well, unfortunately for you, the Bandit, it's been hijacked from you. You didn't run quite quick enough to catch that. So Morris McMillan, in this game of Nitro musical chairs, he's sitting on the podium dance right now.
But either of these two drivers could knock him off. So both are on 6 points. The winner will go through to 9 points, and then whoever comes up next in the next race will have to better that ET. The losing ET here, this is where the scenario gets interesting, is still important. The loser still needs to go quicker than a 562.
Dark Horse has been the dark horse in every sense of the word today. He has 2 560 runs behind him, very even off the start line. The header flames are flying. No!
Oh, my goodness.
And how quick were they both sides of the track, but Paul Messinio knocks out a timing block. That discounts his run.
Discounts both of their runs as well, which is bad news because they both went quicker than a 562. But if you take out the finish line beams, the scorecard is irrelevant. Almost identical to what happened at Willowbank. Messinio would have been pulling on that butterfly steering wheel to get it back. It would have been a 50 because he actually shut it off early knowing where he was headed. Wow, what a race and what a view from the rocket camp. Goodness me, they got close, didn't they? Whew. Scary stuff. Great drag racing though.
You got me, man. You changed lanes on me.
Oh, I'm like, oh, he's coming in close. It was a good pass, man.
Man, that was close.
I didn't see it till like you were in. I'm like, oh, he's in front of me.
Oh, yeah. Good run, mate.
Oh, that was good. The little Shetland didn't have enough.
The little Shetland didn't have enough, but it looks like Donnelly's in P2 right now.
Well, Jake, a win. It wasn't pretty, but you're on the podium.
Yeah, no, it wasn't pretty. I think I saw one of Paul's timer blocks come over in front of me, but hey, cars are all in one piece. 9 points, can't complain about that.
So the funny thing here is we get to the last round of the night and it's an all-time matchup as we get the Red Devil versus Nitro Express. The ET doesn't matter for the winner, but the ET does matter for the loser.
Two interesting things here though, Chad. That's a big story of itself, but also I've noticed that the Nitro Express team done a little bit of work around the rear wing. I'm not sure what the geo is there. I think they're trying to play a bit of mad scientist, but that'd be the way Graham Cowan loves to live the Nitro world. And for Shane Olive, he was quite late coming out. They're spending a lot of time around the engine area of this car, just trying to get things settled and sorted for this marquee matchup. They're the two hot drivers coming into this, without doubt.
It was the final round of the night where he did lay down that amazing 540 run at Willowbank. The winner of this race will be the winner of the night. The loser still needs to go quicker than 562.
You'd back them doing it. On form, can they deliver in reality? Oh, they're quick. Oh, the flames go out for the Red Devil. What's the time for Gorsey? 5:58. Look at the top end speed, Chad.
So Nitro Express will go back-to-back here at the Perth Motorplex in the hands of Rick Gorsey. Strange one for the Red Devil, maybe a blower belt. It was an unusual one, the way it just petered away at half track.
Just the flames cut out. Maybe he backed off it. Interesting one, but how about the Nitro Express? 421 kilometres. This is what it looks like in car with Rick Gorsey. Well done. He has been imposing again.
That was quick. I had to be quick. Come on, tell me.
Well, Rick, with a 5:58, victory number 10 is yours.
Wow, it was a good run. It actually felt quicker. It was moving around hoops, so I wasn't sure it was giving me that full sensation, but we've got it all together again. It actually come home, felt like I was still coming home on that pass, so I think we've got that little gremlin nipped in the butt at the moment, so it's good.
Fantastic.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Good run, mate.
Where'd you go?
Nah, told you it wasn't right.
Yes, 10th time in victory lane for Rick Gorsey and for Nitro Express. Fantastic to see Maurice McMillan back on the podium. So well deserved. He's been trying and trying, and back-to-back wins with that 562 get him there. But for Rick Gorsey and Jake Donnelly, these guys are flying in this championship. Thank you to Dee Neal, Matt Nolte and Kevin Prendergast for their help. We'll see you next time, wherever that is around the country or New Zealand, for the Aeroflow Outlaw Nitro Funny Cars.